Yo, Gen X, listen, unless you've been under a rock for the last 5 or so years, then you without a doubt have heard all the commotion about taking something that you're passionate about and finding a way to make money online with it, right? Maybe you've already started the process of writing your first ebook or creating your first online course. But now you're starting to wonder, is this real? Can I actually pull this off? What are the best ways to actually go about that? Well, I'm glad you stopped by here because I'm going to be sharing with you today two of my favorite ways of selling a digital product, whether you're talking a done-for-you digital product like master resale rights, private label rights products, whether you're taking your own intellectual capital and you're putting them into an ebook or a course that you're going to host on Teachable or some other platform. Well, at the end of the day, you got to know how to put together an offer. And we talked about that early on in the series. You got to understand what digital products is and the possibilities that you have at your fingertips. But at the end of the day, we're talking about building passive income. That means we want to put in some work, and we don't mind working as Gen Xers. We understand that hard work still works, but we don't want to be working hard forever. And that's what passive income means. We're going to put in a bunch of work on the front end, but over time, the amount of work required to keep this thing going is going to continue to decrease while the revenue or the profit or the income from this thing continues to increase. Well, in order to make that happen, you need a system. The question becomes, should I go with the e-commerce system or should I go with a sales funnel style system? Or is there a way that I can marry them both together? Well, stick around because we're going to talk about all three of your options for you today. Really quickly, if you do not know me, I am Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, founder of the PLR Profit Society, an online community and mentorship program where it is my mission and my ministry to help everyday hardworking Gen Xers just like you take your gifts, talents, experience, expertise, marry them with done-for-you digital products, AI-powered software, the right business model so that you can build a passive income empire for yourself. I've been making money online with products and services that I sell through online methods since 2015 successfully, and had 5 years before that doing it unsuccessfully. So this is my jam, and I want to help it become your jam too. So in today's episode of Over the Shoulder with Cortez Hustle, the Rewind edition, we're talking sales funnel versus e-commerce, or whether or not you should combine the two. Let's get to it. Question is, should I sell my digital products using a sales funnel, or can I just put them on an e-commerce site and they can just buy from there and download using something like maybe Shopify or Ecwid or some of these other digital product platforms? Well, you can do either. You can do both. You can sell manually if you wanted to, but I thought it would be valuable for you today if I gave you the pros and cons of selling via a sales funnel and the pros and cons of selling via an online e-commerce platform, because tomorrow I'm actually going to show you how you can use Go High Level or the Fatherpreneur Sidekick to create an e-commerce store for your digital products. But before we get into any of that, let's talk about what are some of the pros and cons of selling. So let's start with the sales funnel. First and foremost, what is a sales funnel? A sales funnel is a focused step-by-step process that leads potential buyers from discovery to purchase, with each stage carefully designed to encourage action. It often starts with a lead magnet or a landing page, followed by a series of pages that guide customers through the decision-making process. So, what are some of the pros of selling your digital products with a sales funnel? Number one, higher conversion rates can be had when you sell via a sales funnel. Sales funnels are designed to convert. Each step, whether it's an emailed opt-in, a limited time discount, or a personalized upsell, works to persuade the visitor to buy. So if you want an increased conversion rate for your digital products, remember the sales funnel is a guided process and is uniquely designed to get people to take action every step of the way. Second pro of selling via a sales funnel is automated customer journey, right? Funnels can be set up to automatically guide leads through a sequence, which makes them perfect for selling high margin digital products. Here's the thing you got to understand about selling anything, creating offers, and making money in business. Write this down if you're taking notes, y'all. Whenever you sell somebody anything, now, the only way you're selling anything is if it solves a problem for someone. Well, guess what? Whenever you sell anything to anybody that solves a problem, it always, and I say always with a capital A, creates more problems. I want you to think about somebody at Sprint, now T-Mobile, sold me a cell phone. It solved my communication problem. But you know what it also did? It created a security problem for me to be able to keep this thing secure. So I had to buy a screen protector. I had to buy a protective case. I had to buy insurance. See, it solved one problem and created 10 more problems. Well, with a sales funnel, you should be smart enough as an entrepreneur to anticipate the other problems that your product is going to solve. For instance, I'm solving a problem for you to help you decipher between selling through an e-commerce platform or a sales funnel. P Games, what's going on? You said it always creates more problems. I appreciate you putting that in the notes, right? I'm solving this problem. I'm answering a question for you. Should I use a sales funnel or an e-commerce platform to sell my digital products, right? Whether you decide on a sales funnel or an e-commerce platform, I've created another problem for you with the solution I just gave you. Now you got to determine which platform. So I could solve that problem too by doing a follow-up video to this saying, here are the top 5 funnel building platforms to consider selling your digital products on. Here are the top 5 e-commerce platforms to consider selling your digital products on. You decide on a platform. Now you're saying, hey, where do I get this platform? I could sell you the platform, right? Because you can create an e-commerce store or a sales funnel in our Fatherpreneur Sidekick, right? So understand, whenever you sell a product, it's going to create more products. You should anticipate that fact and have those additional products in the follow-up steps within your sales funnel. And that's why automating the customer journey makes so much sense. That leads us to the third pro of selling your digital products via a sales funnel, and that is upsells and cross-selling opportunities. Because funnels naturally incorporate upsell offers, you can introduce additional products or upgrades right before the checkout or right after the checkout, increasing your revenue per customer. So when I tell you what's going on, Zanelli, I hope I'm saying that right. Cat Live, hello. I hope that when you create a product that you're going to sell, you're going to anticipate that there's going to be other needs created from selling this product. So I'm going to add that product as an upsell, downsell, or cross-sell while the customer has their credit card out. It just makes sense, y'all. They got their credit card out. You know that when they buy this, they're also going to need this. So you might as well have this as a secondary or a third offer option within your sales funnel. Now, while those are some great pros to selling your digital products via a sales funnel, there's also negative drawbacks to everything, including sales funnels. Now, I know some sales funnel builders
will not argue that there is anything bad that can come out of a sales funnel. But here are some of the cons of using a sales funnel. Number one, limited product showcase. Funnels are great for focused single product sales, but aren't ideal if you want to showcase multiple products. They're best suited for one product or one product bundle at a time. Try to think about that. The whole brilliance of a sales funnel is that you give people only two options at a time. You can either buy or you can leave. That's the only two options. The whole process of a sales funnel, if it's done correctly, from the opt-in page, on the opt-in page, you got two choices. You either opt in to get the lead magnet or you leave. I got the lead magnet. It goes to a sales page. You got two choices. You either buy this thing or you leave. I buy the thing, then it goes to an upsell page. You got two choices. You either buy the upsell or you leave, right? That's the power of a good sales funnel. Zanelli says, I tried ClickBank years ago, but I didn't have a funnel. So a good sales funnel works for affiliate products as well. ClickBank is one of the biggest affiliate communities on the planet. Consider joining our community. Like, we teach all of this stuff, right? P Game says, listen, this is the first time I've seen you, and I'm amazed by the knowledge you are sharing. You are definitely a hidden gem, and I would like to join your mentorship program and group so I can learn. Absolutely. CortezHustle.com, man. Jump in there, P Games. I would love to help you continue to build your business or your brand on the internet. So the first con for sales funnels is that it's a limited product showcase. Even though it's a focused product showcase, you're usually only showcasing one product at a time. The second negative drawback of using a sales funnel is complex setup. And I don't care who tells you, wink, wink, somebody like me, that it's simple to set up a sales funnel. I'm going to let you clone one of my sales funnel. It's done for you and all of that stuff. Listen, man, sales funnels are still relatively complex, right? Building a high converting sales funnel often requires several tools: landing page, email sequences, payment processors, which can be time consuming and may have a learning curve to getting those things set up. While when you get our Fatherpreneur Sidekick, you get a tutorial on how to do it. You get an onboarding call where I help you through it and all of that stuff. You get daily open office hours where you can jump in and ask me questions. You get a weekly group coaching call. Like, I'm here for you. But that does not change the fact that based on your level of technical skills, building a sales funnel is complex, period, right? Zanelli says, exactly. I felt like it was too complicated. And most times, this is what, if I'm allowed to toot my own horn for a second, this is what separates our program from a lot of other programs. I don't just sell you the tool and give you some videos to go and learn how to do what the tool says you can do. I literally hold your hand through understanding the who, what, where, and how of the tool, and not only how to operate the tool, but how to strategize using the tool effectively. Because let's just be clear. You can give me a hammer. I know what it is. I know how to use the tool. That don't make me a master carpenter. See, a master carpenter knows what the tool is. He knows how to use the tool, but he also has years of experience with strategy that makes him way more effective using that particular tool. And I understand that, y'all. So when you're rocking with us, you get me as your coach, guide, and mentor. Says, I'm teachable, but I just needed one or two missing steps. Yep. And most people do. That's why you see a lot of online entrepreneurs going to a community-based model. And I'm telling you right now, and this is for you, Zanelli Cat, or anybody. If you're trying to make money on the internet and you're serving other people, having an online community is just a game changer, so you can really be there for those people. So those are the pros and the cons of a sales funnel. What about the pros and the cons of selling a digital product via an e-commerce platform? Well, let's talk about first, what is an e-commerce platform? An e-commerce site is a digital storefront where customers can browse multiple products, add items to their shopping cart, and check out. Unlike a funnel, which is focused on guiding visitors through a narrow journey, an e-commerce store allows for a more open, shopping-focused experience. Big difference, right? What are some of the pros of using an e-commerce store? Well, pro number one, product variety and browsing. With an e-commerce store, you can list multiple products in one place, allowing customers to view, compare, and even bundle products together. This is perfect if you're selling various digital products like ebooks, templates, and courses, right? Beautiful opportunity. If you like, to me, a digital product store makes a lot of sense. And I think that having an e-commerce store that focuses on nothing but digital products is not a bad idea. Do I love a sales funnel? Yes, but I understand why some people would like to have an e-commerce store approach. In fact, the master reseller rights store that we showed on Monday is just that. It's an e-commerce platform where you can buy a variety of digital products from one place. And you can load up your cart with hundreds, even thousands of dollars worth of stuff if you want to. So that is a beautiful thing when it comes to selling on an e-commerce platform, right? What about the second benefit of selling on an e-commerce platform is brand presence, right? An e-commerce site helps establish your brand's digital presence. A well-designed store can convey trust, professionalism, and brand identity that keeps customers coming back. And if you know anything about me, you know that in order to make more money, you got to keep customers coming back. You got to keep them coming back more frequently, and you got to provide enough value to keep them buying more products and more products at a higher price point. The only ways you can grow your business as a brand, you're either going to get new customers, get old customers to come back more frequently and buy, or get those old customers to buy higher ticket items, right? So brand presence can be built via a sales funnel as well, but an e-commerce product, e-commerce store, especially the way that I teach it, right? I teach that your e-commerce store you should have a lot of digital products, right? And if you're using my methods of PLR, private label rights, you're using my methods of using AI to help you create some of your products. Like a lot of my products literally have my face on them, right? So that's how you can do that, right? Zelani says, how do I get started with you, right? I want to provide a recurring monthly subscription service of some sort.
Listen, before you go any further, you've got to make a decision, right? I don't know about you, but sales funnel, yeah, that could be tricky, that could be complicated. E-commerce, that could be equally as tricky, as complicated. How about an online community? Yeah, that might work too. Whichever one you choose, you're going to need a platform to put that stuff on. And I believe Go High Level is the best platform. Why? Because it is a sales funnel builder. It is an e-commerce platform. It allows you to have your own paid online communities, and you don't have to have 3 different software subscriptions to make it happen. Listen, if you want to learn more about what Go High Level can do for you and your business, go to secretaitoolkit.com. You'll learn how you can use Go High Level through my affiliate link. And when you get Go High Level through me, you actually get me as your coach and your mentor to help you make sure that you're going to have success using the platform for whatever you choose, whether you're selling digital products, whether you're creating your own AI-powered agency. I got your back because I do it all. and I do it all well. Because I do it all, I can help you pick the lane that's right for you and make sure that you have success. SecretAIToolkit.com. Now, let's get back to today's rewind.
Go over to CortezHustle.com. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see an opportunity to jump on a brainstorming call with me. That's the best place for you to start. I wouldn't tell you to go to the Fatherpreneur Success Academy because it's all fathers and men in there. There's some women in there, and I don't discriminate and keep women out of there, but that's primarily for women. But if you jump into a free coaching call with me and we can get a better understanding of what it is that you do, that would be great. Or you can just go to CortezHustle.com/book-me, right? Can we get in touch so we share ideas? So P Games wants to also get in touch with Zanelli Cat as well. So I appreciate you guys making those connections on the live stream. So you got a couple of negative drawbacks to a couple of positive pros. Another pro of using an e-commerce store is the benefit of SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. E-commerce sites can be optimized for search engines, allowing potential customers to find you organically. SEO is less common with sales funnels, but can drive free organic traffic to your store. Ladies and gentlemen, think about this, right? Think about this. Zanelli said, I was scared you wouldn't teach a woman. No, that's not the case. I also have iHustle University, where that's open to all. And I have the PLR Profit Society, which is also open to all. So if you jump on that free call, that'll help me determine which side you should be in based on what you're trying to do. So no, I like to talk to the brothers. There's not enough men in this space teaching other men. So if I can teach more men and then they can go out and start teaching more men, I think that's my mission and my ministry, right? But by all means, I do have a couple programs where it is a unisex situation. So think about SEO in an e-commerce store for a second. If you go on the internet and you search for anything, chances are in the organic search, guess who's going to come up almost every time? Amazon. Why? Because for any given product, Amazon has dozens and dozens and dozens of pages dedicated to that product. Maybe not the same brand, but the same product with all, and all of those pages have keyword-rich descriptions and titles and tags and keyword tags and all of those different things, y'all. So when you're building out an e-commerce store, the way an e-commerce store sets up is you have your main storefront page. Then you can set up categories. Well, guess what? Those categories are keyword, SEO-rich keywords. Then when you go into the categories, those category pages has all of these different products within that category, which could be considered LSI keyword rich. So say I'm looking for a product on, let's just say I'm looking for jeans, right? Well, I do a search for jeans, Amazon is going to come up. And then I'm looking for a specific type of jean. I'm an old school guy. I like Levi's. So I start looking for Levi jeans. Well, then all of the Levi jean pages are going to show up. Then I can click to any of those specific pages and look at a different style. Levi has the 501. They have the 505. They have the 507. They have, the light, the dark, the skinny, the wide, the bell bottoms, but it's still all jeans. So when you're creating your e-commerce store around your digital products, yeah, you might start out with one digital product, but then you add another digital product and another digital product and another digital product. Now you got 4 digital products. They might be in 4 different categories. So you got your main page that has all 4 of the products, but then you have a different category page for each product. Then you start adding multiple products to each category. That all increases your searchability especially when you get good at using keyword-rich descriptions, titles, tags, and keyword tags and phrases, right? So all that's fine and dandy. What about some of the negative stuff that comes with building an e-commerce store? What are some of the cons? Number one, lower conversion rates. With an e-commerce store, customers are more likely to browse and potentially leave without purchasing anything. Funnels, by contrast, keep the focus on a single path, which can increase conversions for a specific product. Have you ever heard of people being overwhelmed, right? Like too many options, so they don't pick any option. That's kind of the same idea in psychology behind an e-commerce store. Now, on the other hand, when they do put something in the cart, they tend to put more than one something in the cart. Have you ever gone to Walmart to get toothpaste and came out with a whole basket full of stuff? So it works both ways. It is a con, but it can also be a pro as well, because usually when you have your e-commerce store set up correctly, you have a product and then you have recommended products, again, similar to a sales funnel, but suggested product so that they buy more. It's the same kind of thing in an e-commerce store. You're just doing it online versus in a physical store. What's another drawback to an e-commerce store? Maintenance, right? E-commerce sites can require more ongoing maintenance, especially if you're adding new products or making frequent updates. It's a bigger setup initially and needs attention to keep running smoothly, right? When you think about an e-commerce store, you got to think about the fact that you're always going to be growing and adding products, right? Smitty Hustle is in the building. My brother from another mother. What's up with you, man? You're always going to be, and I'm hoping you're always going to be putting things on sale. Then things got to come off of sale. You might be adding new products, updating products, taking products out, taking products away, changing the look and feel of a page. You might go and look at your analytics and see hot spots where they're going to this page, but they're not clicking. Let me change something, right? It's a consistent and constant maintenance thing with your e-commerce site. You'll do that at for a time with your sales funnels, but eventually you're going to get that sales funnel converting at a place that you're comfortable with, and you really don't have to touch it again, right? But your e-commerce store, you're going to constantly be doing some things to make that up. All right. Okay, she said, I set up a call. Well, that is super amazing. I love helping people, especially what you said, take your gift, talents, experience, expertise, and turn those into a digital product that you can build a community around, because I believe that's just the wave of the future. So, y'all, listen, we have open office hours immediately after every one of these streams every day. So if you guys got questions and you want to jump into open office hours, then by all means, all you got to do is go to cortezhustle.com/open office hours. You got any questions about anything that we covered today, you can certainly ask your questions in that open office hour session. Tomorrow, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm actually going to set up my digital product store inside of our Fatherpreneur Sidekick, which is basically our white label version of Go High Level. If you're not familiar with Go High Level, it is an digital marketing operating system, I call it, so that you can build all of your assets on it. You can get that through my affiliate link in the comments below, or you can get our version of it, which is basically starting at the same price, roughly $100 per month, and you get my coaching and my help with setting everything up. So let's see. You planted the seeds. Can't wait to convert some ideas into my e-commerce business. Absolutely, y'all. It is a great thing. So that's going to do it for us today. Come back tomorrow if you want to see me actually walk through our platform and set up the e-commerce store. You guys saw on Monday, I went out and I purchased a digital product with master resale rights. So I'll be setting up that product right live in front of you in an e-commerce store. So hopefully you guys will come back for that tomorrow, same time, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We are live Monday through Friday. So open office hours, CortezHustle.com/open office hours starts in a minute. Hope to see you there. Until then, get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.
Yo, if you're serious about building an AI agency with Go High Level, go to secretaitoolkit.com, where you can sign up through my affiliate link for a free 14-day trial. For more strategies on how to be successful, YouTube's algorithm think you should watch this video next. And don't forget to hit the smiley face to subscribe to the channel. See you.